Welcome to episode 121 here in Ring Takes. I'm Daniel Daly. We're going to be getting into the world of professional wrestling, where we had a bunch of returns last week for WWE, as well as setting up the card for Wrestlepalooza, which they're trying to make us buy the ESPN app. Join us.
One, two, oh my gosh, so close. He kicked out. He kicked out. He kicked.
Hello, welcome to episode 121. I'm Daniel, of course, joined by Brian and Lewis. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good. So happy AJ Lee is back.
Yes, let's not waste any time. Episode 121. AJ Lee is here. Light it up. Give me one moment. I hope this doesn't get copyright, but okay, I think that's all I can play. But yes, AJ Lee is back. Return of AJ Lee happened on SmackDown as they came back from overseas, and we had a showdown between CM Punk and Becky Lynch. What did you guys make of this segment between CM Punk, Becky Lynch, and ultimately the return of AJ Lee after 10 years?
All right, you can go ahead, Luce.
Yeah. I was elated, very happy with AJ Lee's return. I'm glad. First of all, she looks great. She looks like she hasn't aged at all, maybe like a year or two. But I thought, the promo that she cut was great. I think it's funny that she kind of addressed, like, it's been 10 years, and a lot of these fans who are probably watching now don't even know who she is, especially from an era where, we were in the Divas era, and, she was kind of like making a change at that point. But just like what she did for us and the impact she had, but, just addressing that. And then just kind of addressing, other things like mental health, which I thought was great, obviously, because that's a big, focal point that people deal with in this day and age. I like how she's still very, like, giddy, goofy, but still kind of like doing the whole, like, nice, but I'll kick your ass type thing. I thought her back and forth with Becky was great. Becky obviously playing like the delusional heel, like, that's my belt, don't touch it, I don't suck. I will say though, and I don't know, maybe just because I only saw it for a hot second, but I don't know if that shiner that she has is real or not. It might have looked like a little painted on, but but I think it was a nice touch, obviously, to like make her, like the quivering heel, like, hey, give me my title, I'm not going in there, you're gonna beat me up again. For the first time, I'm actually excited for a mixed tag match because they're, obviously Seth and Becky active, Punk's active, but I'm very curious to see what she's gonna be able to do in the ring. But this is probably one of the few times that there's a mixed tag match that I'm actually excited for.
So you didn't like John Cena, Nikki Bella versus Maurice and The Miz. You didn't like that.
Did you like that, Daniel?
Of course not.
Why would my answer be any different? Come on now. I mean, yeah.
Why are we being so negative tonight? you bringing up matches from 2017. Matches that included marriage proposals,
her importance and her greatness and everything that she did and how good she was, apparently, Brian. So I mean,
business.
You said that. You said that.
Yeah.
None of us said that.
I'm sorry. I am not one that can say I'm a Nikki Bella fan. I appreciate what she did for the business, but she was not my in any ways one of the ones I was cheering for. If anything, I was trying to get the title offer for the longest time. And I mean, she had some spots here and there, but no, not for me. But yeah, definitely excited for this match. Can't wait to see what happens.
Okay, so the return in of itself was set up perfectly on SmackDown. I mean, I know that throughout the week, it kind of got leaked that she was coming back. I think there was a tweet that got sent out by a fan, and then WWE Shop kind of tweeted out something talking about AJ Lee's merchandise that's coming out, which they deleted real fast. So we kind of knew that she was coming, but at the same time, when on Raw the previous week, when CM Punk had asked Adam Pearce, where's Raw, where's SmackDown going to be? It's going to be in Chicago, and then she said Chicago. Then you kind of knew what direction they were going in. The fact that it main evented was tremendous. Becky Lynch sold her return back perfectly with the bedazzled look on her face, and the pop that she just got was just similar to the pop that CM Punk got in Chicago when he came back at Survivor Series. Like Lewis said, she looks great. I mean, she had like you said, she hasn't aged at all. It is a match now that I am looking forward to, because I can recall when I think she was training for that Star Show Heels with the CM Punk. There was a video that came out of her like training for that show, and she still looked very crisp for that. So so I can definitely, that's something that's going to be definitely now I'm going to be looking forward to as well. The back and forth with Becky was also very good. I did like the fact that that her opening promo did mention therapy. And this is how over somebody is. The fact that they can mention something like that and get a therapy chant from the crowd. Just little things like that. That's why she's so over. And like you said, Lewis, I do love the fact that she kind of, when she first came back, she still had the same mannerisms. They had the same look on her face. Still looks same crazy AJ doing things like sitting cross-legged on the rope, so reminding people how she used to be. And then they did a very nice promo package of her showing her when she first appeared back on before NXT became what it is now, and her track record as Divas champion. So it is great. It is great to have her back. Yeah.
For sure. I love the return. I was trying to find the clip when I said it, but I think I said when I started watching Heels that I said that she was going to come back at some point. And then in January, episode 89, I think I said Becky Lynch is going to join Seth Rollins or whatever the case may be, and it's going to set up this match, whatever the case. But her return, for being away for 10 years, is just amazing that she got that reception, because one, we didn't forget her. And I guess it's a little bit more easier in the social media age to kind of see what people are actually doing. Seeing her in heels and stuff like that, actually training in the ring, actually acting and stuff like that with CM Punk. So it was like, okay, she still has a fandom for the wrestling world. It wasn't completely gone and stuff like that. So to see her come back, see Becky Lynch's reaction, who she sold her ass off for her, which was amazing. You're actually getting somebody on her level in terms of, like, it isn't Becky Lynch going to face Maxine Dupree. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get somebody who's capable in the ring, who has experience, has a history, somebody that Becky Lynch can sink her teeth into, and they can go back and forth at it. So I think that's one of the things that I like the most of it, because it's going to make the best of Becky Lynch as this cowardly heel, adding to her character a little bit. I loved AJ Lee's return, her coming back and her speech and stuff like that. And showing, as you guys said, her mannerisms, showing how crazy she is, laying down the belt in front of Becky Lynch and telling her to come get it. All those little things that we saw 10 years ago that added to her character. And when I look back at her character, I didn't like the GM run. I will say that, when she was GM and stuff like that and trying to be manipulative and stuff like that. The stuff with Daniel Bryan was cool. Her NXT run was great. Her call up to the main roster was great. And she was just different from that time period of what we saw women's wrestling being, in terms of the divas and stuff like that and how they were being treated. She was kind of the trailblazer, kind of one of the few, her and Paige initially, as the women that we saw were different in terms of, okay, this is women's wrestling that's actually women's wrestling on the tier of men's matches and stuff like that. So to see that reception she got, to see her come back in that fold, the embrace of the city of Chicago giving her that energy, the embrace that she had with CM Punk, and you can tell CM Punk is just loving this. Having her there, having her get that reception. Yep. And just to have that, and to actually give, again, when we first saw Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins team up together, we were like, this isn't it. And that was what, nearly 10 years ago, however long ago it was, when Seth Rollins was a babyface, or 8 years ago or something like that.
Yeah,
like right before the pandemic, so 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah, it was horrible. That was probably some of the worst booking ever, because the whole point of it was for them, because individually they both were cool characters, but as soon as they put together, they became very, very corny, very vague.
Yeah.
They weren't entertaining anymore. So it was horrible.
Was that during the whole eye gouging time?
That was before that, thank God. Okay. But thank God. But I remember specifically they had a mixed tag match with Baron Corbin. And what's her name, Lacey Evans. And I remember because Baron Corbin hit his finish on Becky Lynch, and everybody went crazy afterwards, because I think that was the first time in a while that like a male superstar hit a female.
I do remember that.
Mm-hmm. Terrible times. So now that we're getting this aspect of it, this avenue of it, this version of this duo as heels, as cowardly heels, I love it, and I hope they continue to do it. And I can't wait to see what they do at Wrestlepalooza. It's going to be AJ Lee's first return to the ring in 10 years, so definitely looking forward to that. And this just adds another dimension to the world title picture, and maybe there's a continental title picture going forward. We'll see if AJ Lee sticks around. I did see her sign her contract with Triple H. I don't know how long it is. There's no details of that, but they did show that on social media of her signing the contract. So
forever.
I mean, it's reported it was multi-year, so so it definitely is going to be longer than more than 1 year.
And I'll say this, AJ Lee,
which is great, because all the feuds that they could do. I see it right now that eventually they're going to do her and Roxanne. That's going to be big. Because there's a story right there. There's pictures. There's a whole story you could do with her and Roxanne. That would be very good. So yeah.
And we'll see what happens with that. But it's just like one thing. AJ Lee looks jacked.
Yeah,
that's one thing. She's added some muscle there for sure. So we'll see what happens between this match heading into Wrestlepalooza. Can't wait to see what happens with that. Let's keep moving on. Brock Lesnar returns to take down John Cena. Taking place also in Chicago. This was interesting because obviously Sami Zayn was one of the first opponents. Was that for John Cena's U.S. title all the way back in the day when John Cena was the U.S. champion and doing the Open Challenge. So to see this kind of come full circle at this point in time, I thought it was a nice touch. And I don't know what you guys thought about the match, but we'll get into it. I thought that match was great for what it was.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good. I mean, it was Cena's last match on SmackDown, so so they kind of had to make it big, but that was a tremendous performance. Like, these that's 3 matches in a row where John Cena is having he's literally laying it all out there, saying like, this is my last time wrestling. I'm putting it all out there for everybody, and it's funny because people forget that back in the day when Sami and John Cena had that U.S. title match, I think Sami Zayn actually got hurt during his entrance. If you guys remember. So dislocated his shoulder. So that match wasn't as good as it could have been. So that clearly looks like they were trying to make up for lost time. So that was great. That was tremendous.
10 years too late. Or 9 years. It was I think it was 2016 or something like that.
Yeah.
Damn, time flies.
I saw online too of all the spots he did and how they were like homages to
former wrestlers,
hitting the end of days like Baron Corbin, the zigzag. I don't know if it was all in that match, but recently he's been hitting other people, even Daniel Bryan's running knee and a whole bunch of stuff Code Red. I forget who.
I think that was Logan Paul. He did it too.
Yeah, but I forget who did that move that he was kind of, I guess, giving props to. I forget. I don't know if it was somebody specific or whatever. But yeah, it was
Vega. Let's play it safe.
I'm like, I don't think it's Zelina Vega, but I don't remember who. I'm like, who else would have done that move on him? I
can't remember. That's a long history book of John Cena's career. But
I know he did. I know he did it to AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he definitely did do it. With
I legit watched like a video of somebody like it was like his match, him doing the move, and like the person that originally did it, like Baron Corbin, and then it's him. But I'm like, I saw him do the Code Red. I'm like, who else did he face that did that? I don't know, Seth or AJ or whoever, but who knows?
But yeah, but that was a great match. But well, we knew Brock eventually was coming. I mean, when you're putting this event together for ESPN, and when Brock appeared at SummerSlam, you knew eventually Brock Lesnar's gonna have to show up and make it official. And he showed up.
He didn't show up in Boston.
Nobody showed up in Boston.
Yeah,
waste of money.
Oh man.
So you guys are gonna pay $300 for a balcony seat in November?
I'm just gonna say this up front. I'm not paying $300 to sit in the balcony seats to see John Cena's last.
I better meet John Cena. I'm gonna get a tour backstage and everything.
You can possibly meet him at Kowloon after. So
I know. I'll meet him there for free. Shit.
Yeah,
oh man.
Yeah, but you like I said, Brock eventually was going to come to build up this match. Honestly, I'm not really expecting much out of it. I mean, it's pretty much just going to be your nostalgic back and forth. I mean, the only match I go back and watch between the two is that one match at SummerSlam where Brock beat the shit out of him. And I always watch it every summer because it's funny. Because literally,
the 20 suplexes and all that shit.
Yeah, that's when Suplex City started. The first Suplex City match, and it's just funny because literally Cena only got 2 moves off, and literally Brock was just controlling him the whole.
I honestly hated that match just because I was like, "What are we doing?" I was like,
"It's not even a match."
It's not even.
It wasn't
why
even
the hell?
They had to protect the Undertaker's streak. Remember? Because remember that same year is when he ended the Undertaker streak, so it's like, and that was his next match after. So it's like, yeah, he kind of has to be dominant. I mean,
I don't care. Ending the streak to me was the worst thing ever done. So
yes, I agree. But no, I thought the match was great between him and Sammy. To see Sammy was getting some heat in Chicago. The Chicagoans don't like Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
There's been this turn on Sami Zayn for whatever reason, which is unfortunate because I think from a booking standpoint, I don't want him in the United States picture, but I hope it's a driving force to get him to the world title picture. That's what I'm hoping this United States title run is for him. For John Cena to continue to pull out these stops in these great matches that he's been having with Logan Paul and just this run since the face turn to turn it around and be like, I'm a face now and do these matches. It's like, I think it's only going to get better. And that's where I'm kind of hoping for this Wrestlepalooza match with Brock Lesnar. I hope this is also one of Brock Lesnar's best performances. And that it's not just the cop wash, rinse, repeat of Suplex City. I'm just being big. What if we actually get a match between these two? And it's actually pretty good. So that's what I'm hoping that we get out of it.
Like I said, I hope so. I mean, like I said, this is 3 matches in a row where John Cena has showed out. I mean, so I just hope that we continue to get that towards the end of the year. But you already know with Brock Lesnar, it's really more about spectacle with him, not really much about technicality anymore. We haven't seen like the only last really good technical match I seen Brock Lesnar in was way back in like 2002, 2003 when he was feuding with Kurt Angle. Those days.
So you didn't like the Samoa Joe match at Great Balls of Fire? Is what you didn't. Joe pulled a great match out of him, but even still during that time, that's when Brock was getting like stale as shit. It was the same thing over and over. Paul Heyman talking for him bouncing around. Like by that point, it was just like, okay, we need something different. We need something new. It was the same thing.
I still, the only thing I wish them, like, can we get some type of reasoning, some type of understanding? Like, are you just coming out? I know we've had our speculations. Oh, The Rock sent him, or whatever. But it's
Keep asking for all these speculations and reasoning. That would be the reasoning if The Rock would just do a satellite promo.
I don't want that to be, but it's like you can't give me like, if you're just gonna be a dick and be like a heel, be like, I don't care about your retirement, I'm gonna kick your ass. Like, get me something.
This is ESPN now. Now, if you really want to make an impact, and go off the air on the ESPN app with Rock and Brock and standing in the ring over John Cena, that would be nice. That's definitely making headlines.
I've been saying that, but I think the thing can just, if they did have Brock Lesnar talk like, hey, this is your last dance and you think you're going to make it to November, December, you're not. I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna end you at Wrestlepalooza. That's gonna be your last match, and then all the fans are gonna say it can be simple as that.
But we get nothing. We just comes up and kicks his ass. And,
suplex.
I'll see you at Wrestlepalooza, bitch. Okay, cool.
That's probably the final marker. We're probably going to get some, because John Cena, he only has 5 appearances left.
Exactly. So. That's why I'm like, like, is there even any point if The Rock were to come back at this point and be like, I'm the final boss, I sent Brock? Like, what will that do if he's done like shortly after this year, like, right at the end of this year? So it's like there's going to be no avenging type thing or whatever, unless it's just for somebody else to be like, I'm going to avenge you, John Cena. Like,
whatever happens. Whatever happens. I just don't want another Brock Lesnar title reign again. That's it.
We're going to get Cody. That's where Cody Rhodes comes back.
Bro, we've already seen that match 3 times. No more Cody and Brock. That match has happened 3 times already. Like,
you don't get to decide.
Hey, the last one was good though.
You don't get to decide that, Brian. We do.
And the last match they had, actually, it was very good. So I don't want them to tarnish the memory of that last one. So
that was at Backlash, right, in France?
I think it was SummerSlam, actually, the third one. But they did fight. But they did. I think that they did.
I think maybe the second one was in Backlash.
Yeah, the first one was at Backlash. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. But John Cena and Brock Lesnar set for Wrestlepalooza. Let's continue to move on here. We have a potential Jey Uso heel turn on the way. What do you guys make of Jey Uso's recent actions with the return of the Usos, but him and Big Jim not seem to be on the same page?
Is this what we call long-term booking?
Yes.
If we go back to the heyday of the bloodline, this was a fear of Jimmy towards Jey, that he was afraid that Jey would turn into a Roman. Yeah. And if this is long-term storytelling, then that's a very, very positive thing here. Now, some of us feel that Jey Uso's babyface run has kind of run its course at this point. The fans still love him. They still yeet when he comes out. The crowd is still into him. I don't think he's gotten stale per se, but I do think that that losing the World Heavyweight Championship, and how long did he have it? Like, did he make? I think he made it to a month. He made it to a month. But I think it was like 2 months. I think it was like 2 month reign. But I think after losing the World Heavyweight Championship, I think that's kind of like where maybe that's probably where they're pivoting, because when he was World Heavyweight Champion, he was on top of the world and everything such. Now since then, even though he's still getting these crowd reactions, he hasn't really been on the winning side, so to say, as if we're talking about him competing for a world title. So if we're talking about changing things up for him, making things interesting, I'm with that. Jey was the MVP of the Bloodline storyline as an actor.
Mhm.
So I mean, I definitely believe he can pull it off. Having Roman in his ear about him being more aggressive, it's definitely going to be something very interesting to look forward to. My only concern is, he's still getting these monster reactions when he comes out. So I guess it really just comes to, do you really want to sacrifice that to continue his story? It's just he hasn't gotten stale with the crowd yet, so it's.
You want to know you want to know how you make this heel turn complete? He breaks somebody's phone. You just pull a Grayson Waller and break somebody's phone. That's what you need to do. But no, I just feel like, again, I understand the run Jay had. It was a fun moment. It was in the spotlight. We had that moment. But clearly something's off. Even though he's getting this reaction and stuff like that, do we really think that he's going to get into the world title picture as a babyface again? LA Knight, CM Punk. He's joining back up with his brother, apparently. Maybe they're using his brother as a catalyst to turn heel. Like he turns on his brother or something like that after Jimmy turned on him, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, we don't need another Jimmy J match.
Guess what? It's happening.
Well, I'll say this much. They do kind of owe us from that shit show they put on.
Lewis is like, they owe us.
So if you want to flip things around to try to change things up, yeah, like I said, they owe us for that, because nobody talks about that match at all from WrestleMania 40. Now, again, WrestleMania 40 was about Cody's moment and everything, but like every other match that happened was decent or great. That was the only stinker. So they kind of owe us in a sense.
15 super kicks. It's just, I'm not mad at a heel turn, and I kind of get it, because I don't think that if you're going to turn LA Knight heel, I don't think the fans are going to boo him. Like Jey Uso turning on his brother, turning on LA Knight, having these moments of acting like Roman. And that's where I'm like, where does Roman place in this now? Because if you do have Jey turn heel, Roman's the one that put the bug in his ear. Roman's the one that put the battery in his back. So does that mean Roman is now heel in some regard of this, or whatever's happening? So that, I don't know where they're going with it, but I feel like they do need a change. I feel like the Usos do need a change. And I'm going to say some of the best work with the Usos, even before the Bloodline, was them as heels.
You share that TikTok video of like the promo, like some of the promos that they cut as heel, or just promos that they've cut together. Like obviously them being twins, the synergy and the chemistry between them is just top notch. Mm-hmm. And as heels, you really got to see a lot of that. I mean, this current iteration of them as a tag team, were they baby faces, or were they, or for the most part? Well, this day one ish, have they been heels as a tag team, or was there a couple of times where they were?
Yeah, they were heels.
When they had they were heels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I said that's their best work together as a team.
When they fought the New Day and all that stuff, and
when they were heels, they were heels. Yeah. The good old days. When they took
day one penitentiary type shit, yeah.
For me, the heel turn, I was a little not confused, but I'm like, so is this it? Is like, I think kind of like Daniel said, are we really letting Roman kind of get to Jey now that's making him act this way or whatever? Even though Roman's been back as a baby face anyway, but especially against like Logan Paul and everything.
Mm-hmm. So. I think it's the losing that's getting to him. The missed opportunity with the title and stuff like that, not getting it back. So I think from that standpoint, more so than Roman getting in his ear, that should be the catalyst. Like, I need to be more serious. I can't be hyped with these fans. I got to be laser focused, locked in. And I can't let these other guys get in the way, like a guy like a LA Knight, a CM Punk, whatever the case may be. I did hear some people say that they were thinking that Big Jim was going to join the Vision. And I was like, I don't like that because it's like that doesn't help his character at all or anything for him. Yeah. Jey joining the Vision, which would be crazy, but I understand the logic of him turning heel in that because, again, losing, not really being on his own. I don't know, but I just feel like I don't know if he becomes like that. I don't want him to join the Vision. I wouldn't mind him helping them out, like being like a satellite member or something like that. I don't know, but I would rather have Jey turn heel than be a
or he joins the Vision to destroy them from within or something like that.
He pulls a Daniel Bryan. He joins the Wyatt family to
the Bludgeon Brothers.
Didn't Randy do that? Didn't Randy join the Wyatt Six to burn down the house and shit like that?
Yeah, and so did Daniel Bryan too. Yeah, but he was the Wyatt family.
Yeah. But it's just funny. It's just funny to see that. But I think it could work for Jey. I think something needs to happen because it's like I don't think he's going to be in this babyface underdog role to the same extent of Sami Zayn, right? Like Sami Zayn is the ultimate underdog in any situation he's ever in. He's the consummate babyface. I feel like there's a little bit more meat on the bone with Jey as a heel than a babyface at this point because I don't know where you take him as a babyface from here. And again, simply putting him back in the tag team with his brother, like I guess that was the best situation for both parties involved, and especially for the Raw tag team division. To add the Usos into that would be good. Maybe you can even stir up the New Day feud again, whatever, for the 15th time, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like there's a good point of Jey Uso turning heel, but let's continue to move on. The card for Wrestlepalooza is trying to make people buy the ESPN app. And the reason why I say that is because they're trying to put all the heavy hitters on here. You got Stephanie Vacquier versus Io. I know, Brian, you wanted to talk about Stephanie Vacquier, but before we get into that, I just want to talk about the card that's there. We got the Usos versus the Vision, so we do have that matchup coming up. So we'll see what happens with that. CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, and John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. I think because of the events on Raw, hopefully maybe we get the Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella. Maybe that's going to be on the card. But has the card so far made you guys with a week out want to buy the ESPN app?
Of course.
I was already going to buy it anyway. I think I said on a couple episodes ago that I was going to be the guinea pig and buy it anyway, just to see how it was.
Then you need to buy it and share that password. That's what Stephanie said to do. All right, so you need to share.
No. Daniel said he was going to buy the VPN. No.
Hey. I didn't say anything about any VPNs here on the internet. I did not say anything about any VPNs here.
I'm not paying no $30. I'll on time. I'm already paying for it.
You're gonna go back to your childhood, missing the pay-per-views. What are you doing?
I do that now. You know what I do? I'm like which I hate sometimes because I do it to myself. If I'm not able to watch it live, I'm like, okay, let me stay off my phone. Let me not get any spoilers. But then, boom, I follow too many damn wrestling pages. Oh, this person won the title. Oh, this person cashed in. Oh, this person. And I'm like,
you need to stay off social media completely. I mean, it's not that difficult. It's really not that difficult. It's the same thing when people
it's the hardest thing about not checking your
AEW and WWE. It's like, it's the same thing when people complain about AEW and WWE when they have the shows at the same time, and like they have to make a choice between the two shows. It's real simple. Pick one show. Watch it that one night. Stay the fuck off social media, and then watch the next show the next day. Like, it's really not that difficult.
So that's my issue though. I'll stay off social media. It's just the notifications that I get.
And now that WWE is with ESPN, if you have ESPN, the regular app, it's going to show you notifications.
Oh yeah.
So I've learned to shut things off whenever there's like PLEs that I know I'm not going to be able to watch.
This goes to a prepaid flip phone.
There you go. But yeah, I'm not paying $30. Like I watch it on my own time, in my own way, and then I'll just enjoy it that way. I'm already paying. I don't pay for a lot of streaming services, but I don't need to pay for more streaming services. If anything, I'm about to cancel Peacock, so because that's practically done, and I have the basic one with ads, so I'm not going to be paying more money to have no ads and not get wrestling either.
So
like,
is ESPN getting all the pay-per-views, or is it just Peacock is having Saturday Night's Main Event or something like that?
Yeah, so Peacock is getting Saturday Night's Main Event, and they're getting the NXT PLEs, and then ESPN is getting the main roster.
God damn it!
So Peacock is just getting left high and dry with just NXT and Saturday Night's Main Event.
I would rather them put NXT on Peacock if that was the case.
And plus they still have the WWE video library of all the old pay-per-views and stuff for the time being. Now, once they lose all that video library, then then wrestling fans are gonna stop watching.
Yeah, for sure.
Or stop subscribing to Peacock.
I don't know what's going to happen with that library, because is ESPN going to take that library at some point?
That's what it seems like. I think. I don't think that they went into this deal just to get the PLEs. I mean, it had to be just more than just that.
But my thing is, even on that, what happens on the back end if this deal, like if WWE eventually goes to fucking Showtime or some other, like, is the library going to move again? Like, what if somebody loses the hard drive to the WWE library? What happens then? A data breach or something like that. We lose Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 13 or something. Like, I'm like, what happens with this? Because the library has moved from the WWE network. It was on Netflix for a moment. Was it on Netflix?
I don't think it was on Netflix.
Peacock. It's like, and then if it moves, but I don't know. Whatever happens, but do I have $30 to spare to watch? I guess for the first event I have to.
Nope. If it was $10, maybe 30.
We just saw the ad. Especially, we're going to be getting into some other news, but we saw the news. I saw the TKO head guy, and he said Vince McMahon's WWE was for family pricing, and we're trying to make a profit.
That's
or something to the line.
They're a new, like I said, it's a new company now, man.
And
that's all I can say whenever I see that shit. It's a new company. They're not the same.
If that's the case, we are in trouble. The days of $69.95 PLEs are on the way.
Oh God!
Like I said, I really am glad that with this ESPN deal that they didn't do it similar to when UFC was on ESPN, where you had to like pay for ESPN Plus and then like pay like what AEW is doing with HBO Max right now, where you have to pay like another $40 or $50 for the actual event in of itself, as opposed to just paying the $30 a month. Thank God that the deal didn't consist of that, because then I'll tell you right now, I probably would just buy Wrestlepalooza and then I wouldn't buy another PLE again.
I think that's going to be on, and I'm still trying to figure out how to transfer my Disney Hulu thing to the ESPN app. I got to look into that and see how that works.
I'm literally waiting until like the day before or something, so I can actually like see what exactly do I have to do, like what exactly like has to happen, because I do have Disney Plus and Hulu, so I know I can just log in and switch over.
If it was a small fee just to add ESPN. Like
that's what it should be.
$10-15. I'd add it in a heartbeat, because I'm already paying for Peacock. I'll just cancel what I'm paying for Peacock and put it towards that. I'm already paying $30 for my Hulu combo thing. You want me to bump it up to $60 just to watch people. No, I'm all set.
But we got kids, man. Damn. I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying we can afford it.
You know what it's called? It's called mirroring my phone to the TV.
It's time for you guys to get the Heath Slater shirts. That's what it's time.
Yep, I got kids. We got kids.
You guys got kids, man. Nah, it's just crazy to think that all these streaming apps. I'm even thinking about with the NBA side of things. I'm like, I literally have to have like 5 different streaming apps, an antenna, cable to watch basketball now, and I'm like, WWE's following suit. So we'll see what happens with that. But let's get into the other side of things. Other Raw notes there. Obviously, I mentioned Stephanie Vac here. Brian, what did you want to say about that? Because I know that was a big thing you wanted to get into.
Excuse me.
He's gonna come out with some horns.
All right, we're gonna bring a little bit of Brian versus the Dirt Sheets on to ring. I've had enough of this shit. All right. What I've seen in the last 2 nights in regards to Stephanie Vaquer has pissed me the fuck off. All right, We're gonna go back. We're gonna start with Monday Night Raw. All right, so they canceled the fucking contract signing between her and Io Sky. Didn't give a reason for it. Just said that Stephanie wasn't there and that not to worry that she'll be at Wrestlepalooza. Then the very next fucking night, I don't know if you guys watch NXT. But I think Daniel shared the video of the final segment where Stephanie Vaquer came out to challenge fucking Fatal Influence, and then Tiffany Stratton came out, Rhea Ripley came out, and now they're gonna have this big 6-woman tag at NXT Homecoming next week, which I believe is gonna be Stephanie Vaquer's first match since fucking Evolution.
Wow!
Again, that 6-woman tag is going to be her first match on TV since fucking Evolution. And for the life of me, I ranted about this a couple of weeks ago because I really don't understand it. I don't get it because she really is the future of the women's division. When she came up from NXT, it was her, Roxanne, and Julia. They really reframed it as these 3 women are going to be the future of the women's division. And really, when you look at it right now, Roxanne is kind of the only one that kind of seems as though she has a future. Even though it's kind of been put on hold until Liv Morgan comes back, Julia has looked no disrespect, but Julia has looked like shit on SmackDown since she's won that women's title and since she teamed up with Kiana James. I think Lewis, you mentioned that a week
all
ago.
it.
And now we have Stephanie Vaquer, like we've said for 1,000 times. She's beautiful. She's a badass, and she's great in the ring. So for the life of me, I don't understand why she hasn't been featured on Monday Night Raw like she should be. And like again, they didn't even give a fucking good reason as to fucking why she wasn't even on the show. And I don't get it. Like, what were you afraid that because her and Io English isn't their first language that they weren't going to be able to have a good contract signing? If I remember correctly, on the Raw after Mania, when they had that impromptu match, they had a little bit of a promo segment, and I understood every fucking word that they said. So I don't understand why hasn't she been featured on TV? Again, she's a badass. She's beautiful. She's great. She's great in the ring. She's the total package. Why is the first match that she's gonna have a 6-woman tag at NXT Homecoming since Evolution? Why has she been featured on TV? I'm tired.
Wait, isn't Wrestlepalooza going to be her match? Because
okay, Wrestlepalooza is going to be her match with Io. But I'm just saying, since Evolution, she hasn't been featured on Raw. She hasn't been featured on TV at all. Not even just to have like a match to remind people. Yeah. The fact that she's going into this title match cold as shit. Like right now, no one's expecting her to win. We're all just expecting Io to win so she can continue this storyline with the Kabuki Warriors, and eventually they're probably going to cost her the title at some point. So
honestly, I think they should cost her the match at Wrestlepalooza in general.
I think that's what the angle they're going
to do. And even if they do that, again, there are people. I've been on X enough. There are people who don't watch NXT at all. They have no idea about the run that she had in NXT, which for my money was a tremendous run. They only know what they see on the main roster, which apparently is a lot of fans now because NXT aside from their women's division really hasn't been that exciting to some people. So they only watch the main roster stuff. So if you just watch the main roster stuff, you're gonna look at this woman winning the world title and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Where has she been? What is she doing? Why do I care about her winning the title? If you haven't watched NXT.
Couple thoughts on that, Brian.
Yeah.
Couple thoughts on that. The misstep that they are doing is when they have her cold going into this match. I agree completely with that. And obviously that happened with Naomi's pregnancy and stuff like that, and the whole change of that, because she did win that match to become the number one contender. But I think what they have done, they haven't put her in any matches. They haven't put her against at least any heels like a Roxanne Perez, like a Raquel Rodriguez, to be like, hey, you think you're the hot shit, and have her overcome them to continue to keep her hot. Another misstep I'm wondering if they even thought of is, it may be because she's from Chile, right? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not the same thing, but it's like, if they wanted to keep her hot going into these things, why is she not in AAA? Why is she not on these other events? They use Lola Vice in those scenarios. I don't understand why they didn't continue to use her.
Have one tag team match at World's the first event, and then that was it. Again, this is the future of your women's division right now. I mean, if you look at their women's division as strong as it is, I mean, a lot of these women are like what are they like pushing 40, they're late 30s. Like, this is it's the future of your division right now. And again, like I said, people, a lot of these fans, they don't watch NXT, so they didn't see the run that she had. All they see is what they see on Raw right now.
Took the title. I was shocked that she took the title off of Julia in NXT. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, exactly. She was a double champion, and she even mentioned that in the promo last night. But like I said, a lot of people don't know that, didn't see that. So like. It's just unfortunate because us three we know how great she is, and she should be booked a lot better. Now, like you said, we get it. When Naomi had her pregnancy, that did change things up a little bit. I'm pretty sure that there were better plans, but you could have at least had her in a couple of matches on Raw to kind of remind people that like, yo, yeah, this girl is the future. You could have had her face somebody like an Ivy Nile. Hell, I would rather see a Stephanie Vaquer match, this, like I said before, than to see this bullshit with that Penta and the New Day right now. Because I'm actually getting annoyed with it, because I thought that six man tag that they had in the France last week was the end of it, and then Penta and Rusev have a great match, and then these motherfuckers get involved again. So it's just like, I thought this shit was done, bro. As much as I want to see Penta on TV, I don't want to see him feuding with the fucking New Day and Grayson Waller. Like you can't find something better for Penta to do. Like,
and the crazy thing is that you have other people like, and they're probably not the best, but like you got Maxine Dupree, you got Ivy Nile, you got Lyra, you got why not have her have, even if they're quick, like just highlight, keep people, like, hey, this is the number one contender. Hey, she's going for the title at Wrestlepalooza. And it's just like, this is cool. She's been off for like a month and some change. And oh yeah, by the way, where Wrestlepalooza is coming up. And honestly, I feel like it's the whole overshadowing of the whole AJ Lee return. Because I feel like
because this has been happening before AJ Lee came back.
No, I know, but I feel like the vision stuff has been, it's been the main focus of Raw the past 2 months, and they've been getting out. They get the opening segment and the main event every Raw. So it's like,
which is fine, but again, this is the issue I have when you put stuff like Penta versus Rusev and have the New Day come in. Is that necessary? When you have these stupid promos that don't do anything or don't go anywhere, is that necessary? A lot of the issues I have with the booking, especially with her, is that they were doing everything right. They were showcasing her week to week. They were building her up, and then she won that Clash in Paris. And now everyone's just kind of like, okay, well, Naomi's pregnant,
Where's
so
she
we don't
gonna?
know. We don't know what to do with you now.
Yeah.
Which is
Even
stupid.
if she got vignettes every week or something, like
Exactly,
Blow up the Kabuki Warriors and EO faster, and then have EO team with Stephanie back here. Boom, simple.
Have you guys seen the promo packages that they've done on Lola Vice on NXT? Kind of telling her story about being a martial artist with her dad and her family and all that stuff. Now I want Lola Vice to win the title now after watching all that stuff. Especially as somebody that used to take martial arts myself, like I'm watching all this stuff and I'm like, yeah, I actually want Lola Vice to come out on top right now. So it's just like, why? It's like you can do the exact same thing for Stephanie. I know they did like one basic one, pretty much showing like maybe some stuff that she did in NXT, but like let's see some stuff. Let's see some background on her life and how she became a wrestler, because she has quite an interesting story coming from I think initially she was in CMLL and all that
in Stardom, I think, or whatever. Like
exactly, like bro, there's a lot of story that you could tell. You could have at least did like a 3 or 4 week series, or hell,
what she did, or like each
something like
it's a little hard. I think it's a little hard to get her CMLL.
Okay, the CMLL stuff. That'll be
because AEW is probably not.
I get that. But to talk about her growing up, being born in Chile, how she wanted to be a WWE superstar. Hell, I'll even go back. You could have did something similar to when with Mick Foley and Jim Ross, when they had like a good month's worth of like interviews talking about Mick Foley, how he became a wrestler and being mankind and all that stuff. You could have did an interview series, something similar to that, asking her about her life week after week to keep her in everybody's mind, because now she's going into this title match and it's just like some of these fans, it's like, who's Stephanie?
It's weird because WWE is doing some things bad and some things good. Like the backstage segments when they're interviewing people, I like that they're actually doing that. Right before matches and talking to them, I like that. I wish they did that more on pay-per-views. Or, my bad, PLEs. And then they have this stuff with the booking where it's like, what are you guys doing creatively with these people? We see you doing stuff with other people and doing all these other things like with The Vision and Becky Lynch and CM Punk. Obviously, you're going to pay attention to those guys. But it's like, just because you have something that's hot that's coming in doesn't mean everything else has to suffer. I feel like there's time for everything. And especially with the don't get me started, because I'm already mad with a lot of WWE things, like they're moving to 7 p.m. next week to oppose Monday Night Monday Night Football, like that's going to do anything. And I'm just like, so if you guys can move the show up, why couldn't you guys give more time for all those times when we're like, all right, we're running out of time, this feels short during this Netflix?
It wasn't in the negotiations, bro.
I don't know.
And the thing is, they talked about that shit on WWE Unreal in the first episode. I think Bruce Pritchard was the one that said that, like, everybody assumed that once we moved to Netflix, that meant that we can start the show whenever, we can end the show whenever. Not the case. Why not?
So why
not? Why not? He didn't really explain that. He just said that that's just not the case. I'm just like, why isn't that the case? It's Netflix. It's the same thing whenever they bleep out the crowd on Netflix. Why? It's fucking Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I don't know. They could be doing a better job with her. Other notes on Raw, Raquel picked up the victory over Lyra.
Okay. I'm good now.
We had Raquel picking up the victory over Lyra Valkyria.
That was a great match.
I've been loving this new version of Raquel. It seems like we're getting over the past couple months. She's continuing to do good work, and I'm just wondering, on the flip side, what does this do for Lyra now that she's losing to Raquel? You know, and where's that going?
Bailey's gonna come and pummel her.
Is this going to become a tag team again, where they say, "Hey, I'm a tag team," and maybe this turns Bailey heel? But I'm getting these vibes that we're getting the hugger, we're not getting the hugger.
No, it's Psycho Bailey.
I don't know.
And I will say this: I do like how they've kind of been using Lyra in that role, because eventually, when Bailey does appear, I think she's just going to be the heel Bailey again. But Eventually, when she does reappear, it is gonna be something. But
It's just
but the segments have been good though. Of her back and forth between being the hugger or being the heel, like they've been good.
I want to know, like, I hope it's not a character where she's like talking to herself a lot. It's like be kind of yeah, like I don't want an R-Truth type Bailey. Like Bailey likes this, Bailey does this, and like because I get the internalization and like the fighting, like do what's best for you. You've taken all these L's. You're not doing crap. Like the self doubt, but it's like, okay, are you just gonna be like Nikki Cross, who's like insane, and like, or are you gonna have like tactics and things that make you this new character or whatever? I don't know. So we'll see where it goes. But I am excited to see what Bailey can pull out, at least, because I feel like we needed a newer, better version of her for a while now.
And it's kind of tough for Bailey because she's kind of suffered with the Becky Lynch return, right? And then she's kind of suffering with the AJ Lee return ultimately, right? Like this has probably been in the plan for a little while. She was in the IC title picture. AJ Lee's kind of maybe in that picture now. You got Lyra still in that picture, and it's just like, where's Bailey fit in all this at some point? Yeah. It's just like, and I hope that she's not doing this crazy gimmick again to take over from R-Truth, to take over from Naomi, that they've already done these kind of crazy, wild, random gimmicks. I don't want Bailey to fall into that same trope. So definitely going to be interesting going forward. I don't know what they're going to do with her. I hope it's good. Whatever version of Bailey we're getting here, hopefully it's good.
Yeah.
We got Rhea Ripley potentially teaming up with Nikki Bella to face the Kabuki Warriors. I'm just loving Asuka yelling Kyrie all the time.
Yeah. It's funny and it works for them.
Mm-hmm. And I want more for Kyrie Sane because it's like in NXT she was so great. And
yes.
Yeah.
It's like ever since Nia Jax fucked her up on that Pandemic Raw and she got released, she just hasn't been the same. And it's just like it sucks from that standpoint.
Yeah. As happy as we are for Naomi starting the family, it kind of threw that story off a little bit because remember at first when the Kabuki Warriors cost Io a match and then Asuka like pushed her and it really did seem like they were pulled right then, and then they kind of had to reel it back once Naomi got pregnant and Io got inserted into the title match. So they kind of had to reel it back, but like you said, it's been entertaining. Like every time Asuka walks away and then Kyrie tries to talk, and she goes,
I will say Asuka's English has improved a lot. Like,
I've always said this. I want Yakuza boss Asuka, and I've said that when she first came back at the Rumble. I'm like, this is what I want. If we can somehow get there, WWE, if you're listening, can we please do that?
I'm always just find it hilarious with Asuka. English is not her first language, but yeah, she's charismatic more than 90% of the women's roster. I've always found that I've said this all
the time on here. You guys know I love Asuka. I think she's one of the best, and I hate that they just don't. A lot of the times, I feel like they don't put her in the right position. A lot of the times, but she makes the best of it, especially with this little comedy thing that she's doing. So we'll see what happens with that. What do you guys make of LA Knight's battle against the Vision and where he fits in with this Jey Uso thing? Because we kind of talked about the Jey Uso part of it, Big Jim trying to help him and stuff like that. But where does LA Knight fit? Are we just leading towards War Games here?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. He's literally only still in this so he can be in the War Games match in November.
And it's just going to be a bunch of them not getting along. Oh, look, you screwed me here. You
coexist.
You screwed me here. You screwed me. And it's just like, all right, let's all work together to beat the Vision. So that's literally what's going to be. Stay on your toes.
Just get to November.
I don't know. I just want more, and I feel like they're kind of they're just like
I'm pushing. So I want LA Knight to win the title finally, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Especially all this Vision stuff. We got War Games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
CM
got all the
Punk.
John Cena stuff, CM Punk, and it's like,
Yeah, so much stuff.
yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot of cluster at the top there. A lot of stuff going on. The only note that I had from SmackDown outside of we didn't get a follow up to the Street Profits,
We got nothing out of them.
which is stupid.
What
We got
was
Aleister
the whole
Black.
point of that damn vignette for nothing?
I'm just disappointed. I don't know. I'm liking some of the things WWE and the direction is going. Like we're getting these good moments with AJ Lee, CM Punk, and Seth and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, this is good. And then it's weird. Roman's off TV, obviously filming Street Fighter with Cody Rhodes and stuff like that. We haven't seen Cody. John Cena's doing good now.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Now we all agree that a 2-hour show is better to get through than a 3-hour show. But I also did note that when they went back to 2 hours, I was gonna say, okay, 2-hour show is better. But certain people who we love to see aren't going to be featured every week, and then it's gonna get frustrating with some of these shows. Like I was thinking earlier, where the fuck is Jacob Fatu?
That is true.
A guy who was over like Rover had that steel cage match.
Where's Solo?
Shit show, which I'm blaming Solo for. I'm blaming Solo for. No, that wasn't Jacob Fatu. That was Solo's fault. That steel cage match wasn't good.
Wasn't Jacob? Sorry, go ahead, Brian.
And I was just gonna say that right after that, I think like the next SmackDown, he was in a 6-man tag with Sami Zayn, and then he hasn't been seen since. So it's like, what's going on there? Like, is he gonna go over the Raw now? You might as well, right? See Jacob Fatu on Netflix? Yeah, I don't mind.
I don't know what they're doing. And it's just like
joins the fight against the Vision to help out his cousins.
Oh my god. I mean, I would like to see Solo get away from the bloodline. I would like to see everyone get away from the bloodline, actually. But there's only so much hours on TV. I don't know what they're doing there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it. Like I said, 2 hours is better to get through than 3 hours. But still, when you take away that hour, that means you take away a whole bunch of opportunities. And then then you don't see certain people for like a month or so. Like this Damian Priest and Aleister Black match that they had on SmackDown. Like, wasn't this match supposed to happen like last week or the week prior? Like I feel like that feud has been on pause, and they literally just needed a match for SmackDown, and they just pulled that out and said, okay, you can continue your feud.
Even with that could have been held off for another week.
Yeah.
And then we have Meechim versus Kiana James. That was only like 2 seconds. And it's like, okay, what does that do for anyone involved? That doesn't help Meechim's case at all to go after Julia. It doesn't help Julia look strong at all. Like, I don't know. Well,
since we talked about Stephanie Vacker, I'm gonna ask a question about Julia. Is she overhyped now? Because think about it. When they brought her in, she was supposed to be. That was supposed to be a big signing. That was supposed to be huge. A huge free agent signing for them. And even in NXT, she wasn't getting the reaction that Stephanie Vacker was getting. Not at all. So
let me say this. She's supposed to get over with her wrestling,
and she hasn't.
Has she been able to wrestle? Has she been able to have any type of feud or any type of long matches? No.
I mean, the couple of matches she had with Roxanne when she won the title, maybe those matches. But that's
okay.
And then the match she had with NXT.
And let me say this: having Booker T in your corner helps a lot. So when Booker T is doing her that thing for Stephanie Vacker, that's going to help you out with the crowd. Like everyone's going to love you for that. So I don't want to say that. I just want to say that her booking has been bad. And then they feel like, again, WWE does this thing. You have to have a mouthpiece because you can't connect to the crowd and stuff like that. They give her Kiana James, and I'm like, does anybody care about Kiana James?
Okay, but without just the booking, though, I don't know how much you saw in NXT, but from what I saw from her wrestling in NXT, there was nothing really that really impressed impressed me about her. Like even like her moveset or something that stood out or something that was like impressive. Like I feel like it's more her look and her presence that they're trying to bank on. And like with Stephanie, she's over here doing corkscrew, whatever. She's over here. She has that move.
She is the more impressive out of the two. No question. I'm not arguing.
Exactly.
But the fact that the booking hasn't made her look strong in any case, they gave her a title, and it's kind of like, okay, they just did that just to do it. Exactly. There's nothing behind it. There's no mean streak. She's beating up Michin. Okay. I get
and it's the only person she's been like going
fighting with. This doesn't.
Michin is the only woman in their mid card apparently because now she feuds. Same thing with Chelsea. She did the same thing with Chelsea Green. Like she's the only woman in the mid card.
I'm sorry. The former champion is she not around?
She's been in NXT.
Zelina Vega. That's another.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So this whole thing with the United States title picture has just been pissing me off. Chelsea Green should still be the champion. Zelina Vega should still be chasing her. If Julia wants to chase her, that's fine. Have Chelsea Green, and they're doing. I'm not minding the work that she's doing in NXT, but it's being wasted. Chelsea Green in NXT. She should be on the main roster on SmackDown, carrying that United States Women's Championship and feuding with these women.
This is what I don't get. How do you bring Chelsea Green over to NXT to get more heat for Ethan Page, and then yet at the NXT event, the whole crowd was chanting for the Canadians over the Americans? You were there. You were there, Daniel. You seen the nonsense. You brought her in to put more heat on Ethan Page, but all you did was just turn the crowd on these two other talents and fucking Tavion Mitchell and Tyron May Steele. But honestly, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green are more entertaining characters anyway. So they put them in a shitty spot.
I think Ethan Page lost a flag match on NXT anyway. So
he did, yeah.
So like, what was the point of that if he was just gonna lose? I don't know. I just feel like what's the booking? I don't get the booking that they're doing. And again, I got to apply to WWE one day and just really sit down and just go to Triple H and be like, just give me 5 minutes to just.
We know the names on the creative team. If you don't, just go watch Unreal. the name.
Follow them on Instagram. You can message them there.
Ed Koski's of the world. Some of these other good guys who are responsible for this shit.
Triple H, I just want a job. Just give me 5 minutes to fix NXT or
you got to start from the bottom, Dan. You got to be a driver. You got to work in catering. You got to be a janitor. You got to do all the jobs before you get to the.
Wait. So I have to have the same jobs as AJ Styles, basically, is what you're talking about.
Yep.
And if you're talking about booking, they'll probably have you prove yourself on Evolve first.
Shit, I want Evolve. Kelly Armstrong down there kicking ass.
Exactly.
I want Evolve. I don't know anything else other than her on Evolve, but I'll run Evolve.
I mean, Nikita Lyons is down there now, so that's.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, but she's actually been doing, from what I've seen on social media, she's actually been doing pretty good down there. Being down there was actually a good idea.
I think she actually needed the kind of rebrand, restart, refocusing. I think that is going to help her. So I think that was good. But I know they were pushing her on NXT, and then all these other women came up. And the NXT women's division is weird because it's not that strong. So I'm like, I don't know. But shit, we'll pick it up.
It's not that strong, but it's literally like the best part of NXT, because like I've said 1,000 times, their men's division is the weakest it's been in years.
I mean, Obafemi
and Ricky Sainz.
Just Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans, Ricky Starks, and Ethan Page. After those 5 guys, the rest of them on the roster are just.
They're really trying to push Josh Briggs, and I'm just like, I don't see it.
You know how I know. You know how I know that the whole Josh Briggs thing is going to be a failure. The fact that he's cutting a promo and the crowd is chanting for them to turn your mic off.
Josh Briggs isn't the one that looks like everybody said that he looked like Randy Orton's son or something like that.
No, that's Miles Bourne.
Oh, okay. Which one's Josh Briggs?
He's like that big dude. He looks like
Does he have a beard?
Yeah. He has a beard.
Was he teaming with the Asian dude?
Yeah, him. Yeah, that guy.
I remember.
Yeah.
Didn't that dude come back?
The thing is, when they were chanting,
didn't they?
Yeah. And the thing is, when they're chanting, turn this mic off. That's not because of, like, he's such a good heel. It's because nobody wants to see the motherfucker. Like, bro, nobody wants to see you out there. Like, bro, go find Brooks Jensen to form that tag team again. Like, bro.
I keep saying this forever. Why didn't they just keep Dijak? Why didn't they just keep him?
Yeah. They should have.
They just had him keep losing. He's beating up all these people, but then they just have him keep losing. I'm like, him as a towering guy over Javon Evans would have been impressive. Him going up against Obafemi would have been impressive. Him going after Trick Williams.
Plus he can mix it. Plus he can mix it up and be a big man and move like a cruiserweight at the same time too, doing backflips and all types of stuff. So
I'm sorry. Don't get me into the NXT booking, because now they have DIY, and then they brought in Trick Williams, and then they brought back Carmelo Hayes, and I'm just like, you guys are only doing this
for one show.
For NXT
for one show next week.
Like,
Tyler Breeze is back, like, for one show.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
What do they call him? The Prince of Pretty or whatever it was.
Yeah. Again, for one show.
For one show.
Wait, he's actually coming back, or he appeared on NXT?
NXT Homecoming is next week.
Yeah, he appeared on NXT.
Okay. I'm gonna have to watch. I haven't watched Up, Down in forever, but I'll definitely watch for it.
I just don't get me started on the booking, because I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
It's a special show. I mean, being back at Full Sail, but what are you gonna do after? That's the thing. Like, if he's sticking around, cool. I mean, the men's division needs it. But if it's just gonna be for one and done, it's just like, then okay.
Honestly, I'd rather Tyler Breeze be the manager than Ava.
Yes.
I'd like that, especially because you can tie in the whole GM mode and him actually be a GM on NXT. That's like perfect.
Yeah, as long as Rock is on the board, that shit ain't happening. that's the reason why she got that job.
We'll probably never get a WWE sponsorship or anything like that, because Lewis just said that. So thanks.
Yeah.
I'll cut this from the tape. But I don't know. Don't get me started on the booking. Maybe we can rant on that in a couple weeks when things start to die down, hopefully. But the booking, I'm just like, again, we're loving all the high moments, but these low moments are just like killing us. But that will do it for episode 121. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on all socials. And remember, people, always kick it on too. And we'll pick it up next week. We're going to be making our Wrestlepalooza picks. I forgot to mention Worlds Collide is this weekend as well. So, goddamn, a lot of wrestling.
That was another show where it's just like, I get it. It's Triple H, it's a new partnership. But literally, that one promo that they did on SmackDown with the whole match breakdown, it's like you knew about Dom and Vikingo, but I even looked it up before. Like, okay, what other matches are happening at this event? And then they did that one promo, and I'm just like, so are we supposed to care about all this? Like the Triple H shows that have been on YouTube building up these matches, or is it just because it's Worlds Collide and it's AAA, and then we'll just put WWE NXT talent against AAA talent, and then it'll sell. It's almost like AEW, like literally, like we'll keep it in ring, like yeah.
I don't know. But remember, people, always kick it on too. Until next time.
Yeah.